Okay, so guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're keeping very well. Now let's get straight into the segment of today, and that is Wales have decided to go extremely woke. So woke that they are implementing a woke action plan to stamp out racism in Wales by the year 2030, which is approximately 5 years away. Now, you'd think that with all the blatant issues currently impeding the United Kingdom from progressing, such as mass illegal immigration, such as house shortages, more houses could be erected, apartments, flats, etc. In addition to that, funds could be better allocated to ensure that the average Welshman and Welsh woman and child is enjoying a better quality of life. But no, the UK seem to be employing a critical race theory model that's very popular in the United States by the left, the radical left, which suggests that white people are to blame for everything. The whole world we see, the whole inequalities that we see, the disparities between different communities, races, etc., is all because of the white man. And now the UK seem to be adopting this woke model instead of using funds and better allocating funds to ensure that life is better for the everyday Welsh man and woman. People are sick and tired of woke. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Woke is just taking over our everyday lives, and it's taking it to a place where it doesn't need to be. And I believe that due to this, there's going to be more friction between different races, because now we're being taught to be extremely hyper focused on people's race and treat them better than another person. And initially what you're trying to say covertly is treat people of the BAME community better than you treat white people if you are a white person yourself. So yeah, woke has just gone crazy. Everyone's sick and tired of woke. Donald Trump has just been elected in America, which is a very good thing for Americans, even for the left that don't understand much about politics and they just want to run. Trust me, he will crack down on all of this wokeism and try and bring us back to semi-normal times. But anyway, guys, I'm going to play the interview for you, just a quick segment, then I'll come with my analysis at the end.
They want to vow to change the beliefs of the behaviour of the white majority in Wales. They have a new anti-racist Wales action plan promising to pursue shifts in knowledge, beliefs, experiences and behaviour alongside systemic and cultural changes. This is an updated version of a document published last week, including a foreword by the Welsh First Minister Eluned Morgan, where she speaks of building an inclusive and equitable society for all of our black, Asian and minority ethnic people and communities. And it will include shifting in the beliefs and behaviour of the white majority. Well, I wonder what it is they believe and they behave in, which way they behave, that it needs to be shifted. Let's talk about this with commentator at the New Culture Forum, Amy Gallagher. Good morning to you, Amy.
Morning, Julia.
This is a gloriously sinister document, isn't it? Just first of all, it's an anti-racism action plan. Now, I'd like to think we're all against racism, but anti-racism isn't quite the same thing as that, is it?
Yeah, so anti-racism doesn't just mean the absence of overt racism, as most people would understand it, and most people would probably agree with. We don't want overt racism in our society. What it actually means is white people having to feel bad and guilty about themselves all the time and being told to do whatever they're told to do, regardless of how stupid it is. And if they don't, that means that they're racist. But they're racist anyway because they're white. It comes out of something called critical race theory, which basically means they believe that all of Western civilization is built on white supremacy. So in order to solve that problem, you have to tear down all the institutions within Western society. So it's
including the Welsh government, I would have thought.
Well, indeed, exactly. How they differentiate between which ones are racist and which ones aren't, I don't know. And as you said, they say that the beliefs and behaviour of the white majority need changing, but they don't say exactly what the behaviour is, what the beliefs are. There's just an automatic assumption that they must be racist, and they don't say how they're going to change it.
And the thing about sort of anti-racism, this theory, is again, it's not about, as we were brought up, certainly I was brought up, and the Martin Luther King line, judging people not according to the colour of their skin, but according to what their character, the content of the character. But actually, it's about being aware of race all the time and judging and treating everyone differently because of their race, which I last time I looked thought was racism. But there we are. But it is an extraordinary thing that they're going to do. They're going to achieve all this by 2030. It's quite a short timeline, a lot of people might say. But what do we think the beliefs and behaviour of the white majority are that are so troublesome?
Well, this is the thing. They don't say, and they don't feel that they need to say. There's just an automatic inbuilt assumption that there is a problem. So they say they want to transform the Welsh country by 2030. If you look at some of the things they want to do, they want to decolonise Welsh history, which means changing the history. In other words, lying about history. One of the kind of madder things that they come up with was creating dog-free zones. Because one lone African woman in a focus group said she was scared of dogs, so therefore they need to create dog-free zones. I mean,
I know a 3-year-old scared of dogs, but it wouldn't mean I'd create a dog-free zone.
Exactly, and it means spending hundreds of thousands of pounds on teaching librarians and other institutions about critical whiteness studies, telling people to avoid meeting in buildings that have links to slavery, and it goes on and on and on.
Oh,
and
Amy.
I know.
It's bewildering. I mean, it's laughable. If this was in a Monty Python sketch, you go, oh, this is quite witty and clever, ha, ha, ha. You know, if this was in a fictional novel, a dystopian, Hollywood movie, you go, fair enough. But this is happening in the real now. And presumably, of course, Wales everything's going absolutely brilliantly in Wales. Everyone can find affordable, good housing. Everyone can get a job. Everyone can pay their bills. There are no children who are in care. The hospitals are all working brilliantly, no waiting lists. The schools are all brilliantly delivering A grades for everyone. I mean, presumably transport, brilliant. Everything's going brilliantly in Wales right now, which is why the government has got time to do this. Is that right?
Yeah, so rates of poverty are higher in Wales than they are in England, Scotland or Ireland. And we know that 21% are living in relative poverty in Wales. The Welsh government have a few more issues that they need to focus on.
That's probably down to white people being racist, isn't it?
God knows what. But I think what a lot of this is that the real problems are very hard to fix. So if you can create fake problems that don't exist, say you're solving them by just doing kind of virtue signalling wokeness, then you can look like you're doing something and say you're doing something when actually you're avoiding all the real problems in the country.
Yeah.
I think that's partly what this is.
I think it is, and also a little bit of self-flagellation for being white, which apparently is what we're supposed to do now. Amy Gallagher, always good to talk to you. I wish we were talking about something sane one time. She's a commentator at the New Culture Forum. Sam Armstrong, again, I keep thinking these things are fictional. A lot of the papers now, the Telegraph in particular, and the Mail have been very good at highlighting a lot of this utter madness. But this isn't coming from some weird little group, a meeting in an Islington cafe, Wild Bean Cafe. This is coming from an elected government that is in charge of keeping people safe and running health services and schools and transport.
The fox is in the chicken coop. These people have shown you what they think. They have shown you what they feel. They may protest a little bit. They may try and hide it a tiny bit. But underneath...
At an election.
They hate they've said they hate the countryside. The countryside is racist. We've been told the countryside is racist. So what are they doing? They're declaring war on the farmers. They hate traditional values. So what are they doing? They're changing the school curriculum.
Most people have no idea what their kids are being taught right now. You should be scared, people. You should be scared.
They're, frankly, if you ask me, I don't want to sound like all J.D. Vance here. They're normally cat people, so they're declaring war on dogs and making dog-free zones, right? These people are winning out their own personal predilections, prejudices, dislike of many of the things that make this country so great through public policy. They did it in Wales. Wales is just 5 years ahead of what they where we are here.
Absolutely.
It's coming here too.
It really is, and you see the madness is being played out in America, and we import all of this stuff. I'm hoping Donald Trump is going to put a stop to some of this. That would be a good enough reason to vote for him alone.
Yep, I definitely agree with the gentleman at the end. It seems like the ruling elite class have a personal prejudice with Western culture, and they are trying to indoctrinate anti-Western culture in schools, via critical race theory, through social practices, and the whole thing's just getting daft, honestly. And life was just much better back in the day when people wasn't so hyper-focused on others' race, their sex, etc. People could have a laugh, have a joke. Life was more easier back in the day. Now it's even hard to be a comedian, as we hear, because anything you say, they'll try and cancel you. So life has just got to a point where it's just so tense, and the people engineering it at the top, the elites, are doing more harm than good. In fact, they're doing no good or harm. So I believe they need to stop engineering the West into this woke madness, honestly, and let life get back to how it was back in the day, where everyone could just have fun and enjoy each other's company. So yeah. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.